Continuing from the previous chapter, after Lin Dong won the Great Yin Dynasty Seed Selection Tournament, he, along with Lin Langtian and others, headed to the Sacred Spirit Pool for the baptism ceremony. As the most prestigious seed selection event in the Great Yin Dynasty, it concluded with a dramatic and intense battle, and the outcome was finally decided. Naturally, the Lin clan, which had secured 2 spots, became the center of admiration. It had been many years since a single clan had occupied 2 spots, making this achievement of the Lin clan all the more enviable. Following the conclusion of the seed selection, Lin Dong and his group did not linger in the palace but returned directly to their residence to rest. In this seed selection, Lin Dong's victory was the hardest fought. This was not due to his own abilities, but because his opponent was exceptionally formidable. Wang Zhong's strength was so impressive that even Lin Dong had to acknowledge it. Wang Zhong was indeed a person who could even challenge Lin Langtian. Lin Dong only managed to narrowly win after employing various tactics. Based on Lin Dong's estimation, even if Lin Langtian faced Wang Zhong, he would likely struggle to win easily without using the mysterious aura within him. Such a grueling battle left Lin Dong extremely exhausted. Therefore, upon returning to his lodgings, he went straight to his room. Having successfully secured a spot, his status was now clearly on par with Lin Langtian's. Even Lin Fan only nodded with a smile, advising him to rest well and prepare for the next day's journey to the Sacred Spirit Pool. When Lin Dong returned to his courtyard, Xiao Yin, who had been waiting here all day, immediately jumped up and excitedly rushed toward him. The familiar presence brought a smile to Lin Dong's face. You should bring this silly tiger with you to the so-called Sacred Spirit Pool tomorrow. If what those guys say is true and the Sacred Spirit Pool contains ancient divine beast blood, it would be highly beneficial for this silly tiger and lay a foundation for its future breakthrough to the Nirvana stage, said Lord Mink, who appeared lazily. If there's any divine beast blood remaining in the Sacred Spirit Pool, shouldn't you get a bit yourself? Lin Dong asked with a smile. Puffed. As Lord Mink, a heavenly demon mink, I'm at the top of the demon beast realm. I usually consume divine beasts. Who cares about these residual bloodlines? Lord Mink said dismissively, curling his lip. Lin Dong smiled, not paying much attention to the obstinate creature. He patted Xiao Yan's large head and suddenly asked, I've heard that demon beasts that enter the Nirvana stage can transform into human form. Will Lord Mink be able to transform into a human then? Let's see if this silly tiger can survive the Nirvana tribulation first. If it does, it will undergo a complete transformation from within to without, and will indeed be able to take on a human form. But what's so great about that? A human form is far too fragile compared to a demon beast's powerful physique, Lord Mink said, his claws tapping together. Also, kid, when you enter the ancient battlefield for the 100 Dynasty War, you'd better be extra cautious. It's not like the Great Yin Dynasty. All the geniuses from thousands of dynasties across the eastern Xian region will gather there. The Lin Langtian and Wang Zhong you see now are indeed talented, but remember, even among geniuses, there are various levels. Based on my estimate, while your strength might be considered top tier among the younger generation in the Great Yin Dynasty, you'll probably only rank at a mediocre level in the 100 Dynasty War. Moreover, the 100 Dynasty War is extremely brutal, real survival of the fittest. If you don't have the strength, it's best not to be greedy for the coveted resources there. Otherwise, your life might be in serious danger. Seeing the serious expression on Lord Mink's face, Lin Dong nodded slightly. He had never underestimated the so-called 100 Dynasty War. Even today's seed selection was quite perilous for him. He would encounter all kinds of geniuses in the 100 Dynasty War, some even more monstrous than Wang Zhong or Mo Ling. The Great Yin Dynasty is just a small realm in the eastern Xian region. Standing out in the 100 Dynasty War would be as difficult as reaching the heavens. There's also a significant chance that he could lose his life in that vast land, with no sympathy or mercy. He knew that among the many who participated over the years, only a few stood out. More talented individuals had become stepping stones for others. This trial was unlike anything he had faced before. The experiences of the past 2 years paled in comparison to the 100 Dynasty War. Although the 100 Dynasty War is fraught with danger, it is indeed the best place to become stronger. I actually hope you go there. With your mysterious stone talisman and ancestral talisman, troubles will undoubtedly find you in the future. Without strength, your end will be extremely tragic. I managed to escape with a slim chance back then, but you might not have such luck. So, if you're not strong enough, you won't have a chance for a comeback, Lord Mink added. Lin Dong nodded silently. He knew the mystery and power of the stone talisman. To this day, he still didn't fully understand what it was. But he knew that the stone talisman was no ordinary object. Otherwise, even the previous owner of the devouring ancestral talisman couldn't see through it back at the great, desolate, ancient monument. Such a mysterious and powerful object might bring him tremendous opportunities or grave dangers in the future. As Lord Mink said, he would need formidable strength to protect himself. Lin Dong looked up at the darkening sky, exhaled deeply, and a determined fire gradually ignited in his eyes. If that's the case, he would use the 100 Dynasty War to transform himself completely. As long as he became strong enough, he could handle any troubles that came his way with ease. Nightfall had enveloped the majestic and grand imperial city. Even though it was late, the city was still brightly lit and bustling with activity. Lin Dong sat quietly in his courtyard, Xiao Yin lying beside him, its large blood-red wings occasionally fluttering, stirring the air in the courtyard. In the silence, Lin Dong's slightly closed eyes slowly opened. He turned his head and looked at the figure standing quietly on the wall. He couldn't help but smile and said, "Clan leader Lin Fan, it's quite late. Aren't you going to rest?" "Heh, I'm just too happy to sleep easily," Lin Fan said, descending gracefully. Before he reached Lin Dong, Xiao Yin suddenly stood up, its tiger eyes flashing with wariness and fierceness. Only after Lin Dong gave a gentle wave did Xiao Yan's bristly fur soften, and it lay back down. "A formidable beast indeed," Lin Fan remarked, admiring Xiao Yin, before turning to Lin Dong with a sigh. "I never imagined someone like you would emerge from the branch family. This is truly the first time for the Lin clan in years." Lin Dong smiled slightly and didn't elaborate further. "I initially thought that this seed selection would help determine a clear winner between you and Lin Langtian. I didn't expect it to turn out this way," Lin Fan said as he sat beside Lin Dong. "Now your status is on par with Lin Langtian. The grievances between you two are beyond my control. How you resolve them is up to you. Rest assured, clan leader. If I achieve success, the Lin clan will surely benefit," Lin Dong said with a smile, seeming to understand what Lin Fan was implying. He paused for a moment and then added, "However, clan leader, you should know what I need from you as well. As long as the great Yin dynasty and the Lin clan exist, the branch family in Yin City will be protected," Lin Fan replied slowly. "After defeating Wang Zhong, the Wang clan might harbor resentment," Lin Dong said calmly. "I will warn Wang Lei. If I find any action against the Yin City branch family, the Lin and Wang clans will formally break ties and engage in a death struggle," Lin Fan said with a cold glint in his eyes, enunciating each word. Breaking ties with the Wang clan would be a significant cost, but if Lin Dong could indeed make a mark in the 100 Dynasty War, his future achievements would be boundless. What could a mere Wang clan amount to then? As the clan leader, Lin Fan was clear about this decision. He understood that Lin Dong might not yet compare to the entire Wang clan, but in the future, even 100 Wang clans would hardly match Lin Dong alone. "In that case, thank you, clan leader," Lin Dong said with a slight nod. Both were smart individuals, so there was no need for unnecessary pleasantries. It was like a perfectly fitting transaction. Lin Fan smiled, then shifted his tone. "The ancient battlefield is a space created by the super sects of the Eastern Xian region. I must remind you that this space is filled with dense nirvana energy. Even cultivators at the creation stage can extract nirvana energy from the natural forces there to form nirvana pills. When you enter, you must make good use of your time to gather enough nirvana pills to break through to the nirvana stage. Only by reaching the nirvana stage will you have a chance to attract the attention of those super sections." "Oh, even those at the creation stage can refine nirvana pills? The ancient battlefield truly is a remarkable place. No wonder these dynasties are so eager to go there," Lin Dong said in surprise. It was well known that the most crucial element for breaking through to the nirvana stage was having enough nirvana pills. Obtaining nirvana pills was extremely difficult and typically only achievable for those at the nirvana stage. However, the fact that even creation stage cultivators could do so in the ancient battlefield was indeed hard to believe. I spent 200,000 nirvana pills just to break through to the nirvana stage, nearly depleting the Lin clan's entire reserve, Lin Fan said with a wry smile. And it varies from person to person. But I'll advise you this. The more nirvana pills you prepare for your breakthrough, the better. It will affect your strength before you face the nirvana tribulation. Lin Dong couldn't help but be taken aback. 200,000 nirvana pills. He only had a little over 1,000 on him right now. Even if he qualified to attempt the breakthrough, he wouldn't dare to proceed with so few pills. The great desolate ancient monument might have that many nirvana pills, but unfortunately, the ancient monument space now has a guardian. Even if it opens again, no one would dare to enter, Lin Dong said with regret. If he had known earlier, he should have risked more to grab a few more. Well, it's getting late. You should get some rest. Tomorrow, you'll be heading to the sacred spirit pool, which is also a great opportunity. Entering the nirvana stage has a high failure rate, but absorbing the spiritual liquid from the sacred spirit pool to cleanse and transform your body can significantly increase your chances of success. This is extremely important. Otherwise, even having more nirvana pills won't help, Lin Fan said, glancing at the sky. He didn't say more, waved to Lin Dong, and left the courtyard. Watching Lin Fan's figure disappear into the night, Lin Dong exhaled deeply. It seemed that he had to give his all for the sake of his family's peace and safety in the great Yin dynasty. Father, you and the others stay safe and peaceful in the great Yin dynasty. I'll face the storm outside. The next morning, as the first rays of dawn broke across the sky and illuminated the imperial city, the most prosperous city in the great Yin dynasty erupted with incredible vitality. The cacophony of sounds merged together, reaching the heavens. In recent days, the topic of conversation within the imperial city has been dominated by the seed selection event. The high-profile competition among the younger generation of the great Yin dynasty has captured everyone's immense interest and curiosity. People were eager to find out which of the many talented youths would secure a spot. Although the seed selection was held within the imperial palace, it was clearly impossible to keep it secret. Therefore, by the day after the selection ended, the entire city knew the final results. Among these results, the most astonishing was undoubtedly the performance of a youth named Lin Dong. After all, among the 5 participants, Lin Dong had the least reputation. Though his recent match against Lin Langtian had brought him some fame, many still saw him as less impressive compared to the likes of Lin Langtian and Wang Zhong. To their surprise, Lin Dong had successfully secured one of the spots. This turn of events was a real eye-opener. Some people, however, were skeptical. While the prestige of the seed selection was undeniable, there was always an element of luck involved. If a contestant faced relatively easy opponents along the way, securing a spot would naturally be easier. Many believe that Lin Dong's success was largely due to exceptional luck, allowing him to advance smoothly through the selection. Of course, this skepticism didn't last long. As more details emerged, people came to understand the actual challenges of the seed selection. When they learned that Lin Dong's final opponent had been Wang Zhong from the Wang clan, many were left astonished. Wang Zhong's strength was, to some extent, among the top 3 in the younger generation of the great Yin dynasty. Before the seed selection, many had predicted that Wang Zhong would definitely secure one of the 5 spots. Yet, the final outcome defied everyone's expectations. No one could have anticipated that Wang Zhong would lose, and even more shockingly, to someone from the lesser-known Lin clan's branch family. As many were stunned by this result, some astute observers were quick to realize that since Wang Zhong had lost to Lin Dong, they had to accept that Lin Dong's strength must have surpassed Wang Zhong's. Otherwise, it would have been impossible for him to secure a spot from such a formidable opponent. Everyone knew how crucial these spots were to the Wang clan. So despite Wang Zhong's desperate efforts, he ultimately failed against Lin Dong. This harsh reality made it clear to everyone that the seed selection had no room for manipulation, and Lin Dong was indeed a formidable dark horse with astounding strength. If the rankings of the young talents in the great Yin dynasty were reassessed at this moment, everyone believed that Lin Dong would definitely be among the top 3. As the entire imperial city buzzed with excitement over the seed selection results, Lin Dong and his companions had already entered the palace once again. Under the guidance of Imo Jingtian, they arrived at the deepest part of the palace. The location where Lin Dong and his group were was a vast and pristine forest. Not far in front of them stood an altar covered with peculiar runes, from which powerful energy fluctuations were subtly emanating. The sacred spirit pool is hidden within this altar. This altar was constructed jointly by the royal family, the 4 major clans, and the 3 great sects back in the day. It is concealed deep within the palace and opens once every 20 years, Lin Fan explained to Lin Dong, standing beside him. Lin Dong nodded slightly, his eyes showing some surprise. He hadn't expected this sacred spirit pool, which was only a legend in the Great Yin Dynasty, to actually exist. Everyone is here, so let's get started and activate the altar, Imo Jingtian said as he stepped forward, surveying the surroundings before speaking loudly. Upon hearing his words, Lin Fan and the others nodded. The leaders of the 4 major clans and the 3 great sects stepped forward, forming a circle around the altar. Begin. Imo Jingtian gave a low shout and performed a series of hand seals. In an instant, a beam of light shot from his hand and entered the altar. Following Imo Jingtian's action, Lin Fan and the others also moved quickly. Beams of light shot out one after another, eventually all converging on the altar. As the beams of light enveloped the altar, it emitted a strange humming sound. A light ring began to rise slowly from the top of the altar, expanding into a massive energy vortex. Lin Dong could faintly sense a powerful and unique energy seeping out from within the vortex. Inside the ring is the sacred spirit pool. Imo Ling, Lin Langtian, you 5, enter quickly. How much benefit you gain inside will depend on your own skills and abilities. Imo Jingtian commanded as the light ring formed. Yes. Upon hearing Imo Jingtian's command, Imo Ling and the 5 others had a look of eager anticipation in their eyes. They understood well the rarity of the sacred spirit pool. Opening once every 20 years, such an opportunity was not something one encountered casually. With those words, Imo Ling charged forward and transformed into a blurred figure, darting into the light ring and disappearing. Following Imo Ling, Du Yun and Man Shan also eagerly followed, their faces filled with excitement as they rushed into the light ring. Seeing the 3 enter smoothly, Lin Langtian nodded slightly and then cast a glance at Lin Dong. A cold gleam flashed in his eyes before he too charged into the light ring. Noticing this, Lin Dong's eyes narrowed slightly. It seemed that Lin Langtian was constantly plotting against him. It was clear he needed to be extra cautious in the sacred spirit pool. With this thought in mind, Lin Dong patted the small flame hidden in his sleeve, smiled, and then moved swiftly into the light ring, vanishing from sight. As all 5 entered the light ring, Imo Jingtian and the others around the altar immediately sat down in a cross-legged position. They continuously channeled their energy to maintain the ring's formation, and they needed to keep it stable until Lin Dong and the others emerged again. As Lin Dong rushed into the light ring, his vision momentarily plunged into darkness. However, it soon filled with a soft, radiant glow. A fragrant and slightly damp smell greeted him. Lin Dong looked up and saw a vast water pool before him. The water was a deep emerald green, exuding an astonishingly pure and vibrant energy. The energy continuously emanated from the pool, and taking a breath of it made his entire body feel as if it were in bliss, with countless cells cheering in delight. So this is the sacred spirit pool? The energy is indeed incredible. Lin Dong marveled at the magical green pool, murmuring to himself. At this moment, Imo Ling and the others were gathered above the pool. Seeing this, Lin Dong moved over and smiled at them. He then pointed towards the sacred spirit pool below and said, "Everyone, according to the rules, the sacred spirit pool is divided into 5 areas: east, south, west, north, and center. We 5 are to each take 1 area. To ensure fairness, we will draw lots to determine the areas. How does that sound?" Imo Ling's demeanor, as expected of a member of the royal family, was naturally dignified and persuasive. Even Lin Dong had no objections to his fair and reasonable proposal. Lin Langtian also smiled faintly, and no one could discern what he was thinking. Seeing no objections, Imo Ling casually tossed some glowing dots. Lin Dong caught one, and when the light faded, he saw a slip of paper with the word East written on it. After Lin Dong obtained his designated area, the other four also drew their lots and confirmed their respective areas, which turned out to be problem-free. Everyone, the energy in the sacred spirit pool is limited. While there is a concept of competition, I hope everyone can maintain some harmony to avoid disputes, Imo Ling said, casting a meaningful glance at Lin Dong and Lin Langtian. I naturally welcome harmony as long as no one provokes me. Lin Dong responded calmly, then saluted Imo Ling and the others. He then flew towards the eastern part of the sacred spirit pool, not one to act out of line. Since he had no grievances with Imo Ling, Du Yun, or Manshan, he had no intention of forcibly taking their share of the pool's energy. However, if anyone tried to take his share, he wouldn't hesitate to reclaim his portion and theirs as well. Lin Dong's figure floated down gently and landed on the surface of the pool. He looked down at the emerald green water with a sense of wonder. He could sense a unique energy from the water, warm yet powerful, with a subtle, refreshing coolness. So this is the energy of the sacred spirit pool? Truly marvelous. Lin Dong admired the pool and then looked up. The sacred spirit pool was quite large. With the 5 of them spread out, each person could occupy a spacious area and absorb the energy as much as possible. This pool's water indeed carries the essence of an ancient divine beast. Little flame suddenly appeared on Lin Dong's shoulder. It extended its claws towards the water and, with a hint of surprise in its eyes, said, "Deep within the sacred spirit pool, there is a faint residual pressure. If I'm not mistaken, there is likely the skeleton of an ancient divine beast beneath. Judging by the intensity of this pressure, this divine beast was probably beyond the nirvana realm when it was alive. Otherwise, it wouldn't emit such astounding pressure even after so many years." Oh. Lin Dong was slightly taken aback. He focused his mind, sending his spiritual energy into the sacred spirit pool. It quickly spread towards the depths of the pool. However, as his spiritual energy extended only a few dozen yards, it was suddenly repelled by a powerful, obscure force. This sudden occurrence caused a deep astonishment in Lin Dong's eyes. His spiritual energy had reached the level of a high-ranking talisman master, and even such powerful spiritual energy couldn't penetrate the sacred spirit pool. It seemed that there were indeed some mysteries below. Given your strength, you wouldn't be able to delve deeply into the sacred spirit pool. Even someone like the royal family's Imo Jingtian would likely struggle to go any further, Lord Mink said. Lin Dong was taken aback, then helplessly shook his head. It seemed his intention to explore the depths of the pool would have to be abandoned. If even those at the nirvana stage couldn't manage, he could only watch from the sidelines. Well, I might as well absorb the energy from the sacred spirit pool while I'm here. I can't leave empty-handed. Lin Dong sat cross-legged on the water's surface, his mind focused as a subtle devouring force began to spread out. Instantly, ripples started to form on the water, spreading rapidly. Soon, the entire eastern region where Lin Dong was located was completely enveloped. As the water's surface rippled, strands of emerald green energy darted beneath it, continuously pouring into Lin Dong's body. This emerald green energy was quite peculiar, almost as if it had a life of its own. Once it entered Lin Dong's body, it playfully swirled around, making it impossible for Lin Dong to control it. However, whenever these emerald green energies surged through him, Lin Dong could faintly sense that his cells, bones, and organs were emitting an urgent, almost desperate feeling. It felt as though they had encountered a crucial tonic. As the sacred spirit pool's energy continued to flow into him, Lin Dong could clearly feel his body, which had already been approaching its limit from practicing the Great Sun Thunder body, growing stronger once again. Moreover, with the influx of this energy, a streak of dark red blood suddenly shot out from Lin Dong's veins. It was the blood of the ancient demon ape. The ancient demon ape's blood, blending with the sacred spirit pool's energy, began to shift from dark red to blood red, with a hint of purple. This change surprised Lin Dong. Although he wasn't sure why this was happening, He could tell that the ancient demon ape's blood seemed to be growing more powerful due to the sacred spirit pool's energy. That's right, Lord Mink had said. The energy in the sacred spirit pool contains the bloodline of ancient divine beasts, and since the ancient demon ape is also from ancient times, that's probably why these changes are occurring. Seeing this, Lin Dong pondered for a moment and began to understand. Regardless, it seemed to be a good thing for him. The energy from the sacred spirit pool was indeed incredibly useful. With this in mind, Lin Dong focused his thoughts, causing the devouring force to expand even further. The absorption rate increased significantly, and soon a faint green aura appeared on the surface of his body. However, as more and more of the sacred spirit pool's energy was absorbed, Lin Dong suddenly noticed that much of the energy seemed to vanish mysteriously once it entered his body. What? This sight left Lin Dong puzzled. No matter how much he searched, he couldn't find the missing emerald green energy. It was as if it had evaporated into thin air. Fool, what are you looking for? The energy from the sacred spirit pool isn't meant for you to use to increase your strength right now. It will only become useful when you advance to the nirvana stage. For now, focus on absorbing as much as you can. It will be immensely beneficial for you in the future. Lord Mink's voice suddenly echoed in Lin Dong's mind. Hearing this, Lin Dong finally relaxed and quickly refocused, determined not to slacken. He threw himself into absorbing the energy from the sacred spirit pool. Meanwhile, at the northern part of the sacred spirit pool, Lin Langtian was quietly sitting on the water's surface, showing no signs of immediate action. His gaze occasionally drifted toward Lin Dong's direction, filled with a chilling intent. Deep within the sacred spirit pool, there should be the remains of an ancient divine beast. It must have been extraordinarily powerful in life. If you can obtain some of its residual blood, you could cultivate the body-tempering martial arts I've given you. At that point, your physical strength would rival Lin Dong's. A hoarse voice suddenly resonated in Lin Langtian's mind as he sat quietly. Upon hearing this, a hint of joy flickered in Lin Langtian's eyes. But the bottom of the pool has a divine beast's oppressive aura, extremely powerful. With your current strength, you cannot enter. Only I can go down, the hoarse voice continued in Lin Langtian's mind. If you go down, how will I deal with Lin Dong? Lin Langtian furrowed his brow and asked. It doesn't matter. I've set up a formation. As long as you activate it, it will unleash an incredibly powerful devouring force to forcibly seize the sacred spirit pool's energy in Lin Dong's area, the hoarse voice replied. Upon hearing this, Lin Langtian slightly relaxed, a sinister smile spreading across his face. The energy from the sacred spirit pool was a precious resource. There was no way he would leave any of it for Lin Dong. I will go down first. With the formation I set up, Lin Dong will be no threat to you. All right. Lin Langtian nodded, then thrust his hand into the water. A gray light shot out and silently descended towards the pool's bottom. After completing this, Lin Langtian's expression grew even more malevolent. He changed the hand seal, causing the water's surface to ripple and light patterns to spread rapidly from him. Lin Dong, someone is heading toward the bottom of the pool. On the eastern side, Lin Dong, who was absorbing the energy from the sacred spirit pool, was startled awake by Lord Mink's words. He opened his eyes wide and exclaimed, How is that possible? Didn't you say even someone like Mo Jingtian couldn't reach the bottom? Who could it be? Lin Langtian? Lord Mink, standing on the water's surface with narrowed eyes fixed on the pool's depths, sneered, Lin Langtian doesn't have the ability to do that. It must be that entity within him. He must have discovered the divine beast skeleton at the bottom of the sacred spirit pool. What should we do now? Lin Dong's expression darkened. His animosity with Lin Langtian meant that the latter's increasing strength posed a growing threat to him. I'll go to the bottom of the pool and confront that person. If possible, I'll see if I can obtain any benefits, Lord Mink pondered for a moment and said. By yourself? Lin Dong was startled. While he had no doubts about Lord Mink's strength at full power, the current state of Lord Mink as a spirit was significantly weakened. The entity within Lin Langtian remained a mystery, and sending Lord Mink alone could be too dangerous. It's fine. I'll take the stone talisman with me. If the entity is truly powerful, it wouldn't be hiding within Lin Langtian. It might be similar to me, Lord Mink reassured. Take Xiaoyin with you as well, Lin Dong said with a furrowed brow. He was still a bit worried. Xiaoyin was now strong enough to contend with those at the creation stage and was incredibly fast. If there was danger, Xiaoyin could help Lord Mink escape. All right. Lord Mink, aware of Lin Dong's concerns, nodded. Seeing this, Lin Dong waved his sleeve, and Xiaoyin, now the size of a small cat, tumbled out and landed on the water's surface. I'll go first. Keep an eye on Lin Langtian. I sense some fluctuations over there. Given his nature, he probably won't let you enjoy the benefits of the sacred spirit pool peacefully. With a swipe of its paw, Lord Mink enveloped itself and Xiaoyin in a circle of purple-black light. Then, with a final word of instruction, dived into the pool and sped toward the depths. Lin Dong nodded slightly and watched as Lord Mink and Xiaoyin disappeared. He then slowly lifted his gaze, his eyes narrowing with a fierce determination toward Lin Langtian's direction. If this guy dared to take action, Lin Dong would make sure he ended up losing more than he gained. Lin Dong sat quietly on the water's surface, no longer rushing to absorb the sacred spirit pool's energy. His spiritual sense spread out, covering the entire area he was in. He would immediately detect any disturbances. At first, there were no signs of unusual activity. Lin Dong wasn't impatient. He knew Lin Langtian well. The latter wouldn't simply stand by while Lin Dong enjoyed the energy from the sacred spirit pool. Indeed, as Lin Dong had anticipated, the tranquility didn't last long. The surface of the sacred spirit pool soon began to stir with activity. The disturbance rapidly intensified, and Lin Dong looked up to see the waters in the northern part of the pool churning violently. It's about to start. Lin Dong's eyes narrowed. He could sense a powerful energy emanating from the turbulent waters. It seemed Lin Langtian was indeed up to no good. Under Lin Dong's gaze, the waters on the northern side of the pool suddenly surged with massive waves. Lin Langtian rose up on the waves, his cold gaze locked onto Lin Dong's direction. The sudden commotion on the surface of the sacred spirit pool immediately drew the attention of Mo Ling and the other two. Their expressions changed drastically, and they quickly rose into the air, their eyes fixed on the source of the disturbance. Mo Ling's voice rang out sternly, "Lin Langtian, what are you trying to do? This is none of your concern. I have some grudges with this kid and just want to resolve them here," Lin Langtian replied with a faint smile, dismissing their concerns. Hearing this, Mo Ling and the others frowned. They knew who Lin Langtian was referring to and looked toward the east. However, Lin Dong remained quietly seated on the water's surface, as if he was oblivious to the commotion. "Lin Langtian, we have all obtained our spots. We may need to support each other in the ancient battlefield in the future. Besides, both of you are from the Lin clan," Mo Ling said with a slight frown. "Third Prince, my enmity with this person is irreconcilable. I have no other intentions toward you. I only ask that you do not interfere in our matters," Lin Langtian said with a grim expression. If it weren't for the strength of Mo Ling and the others, he might have acted directly. However, he had to speak carefully to keep them pacified for now. Mo Ling's frown deepened at the murderous intent in Lin Langtian's voice. Just as he was about to speak again, a light voice drifted over. "Thank you, Third Prince, for your concern. However, this person is greedy and malicious, with despicable methods. He will not change due to your words. Since that's the case, let him act. If there is any interference during the fight, please forgive us." Mo Ling and the others were taken aback by these words. They looked toward the east, where Lin Dong had now stood up from the water's surface. His calm expression showed no sign of tension or panic. After Lin Dong's victory over Wang Zhong in the seed selection, Mo Ling and the others had a high regard for him. Although they were aware of Lin Langtian's formidable nature, Lin Dong's confidence in addressing him suggested he had ways to deal with Lin Langtian. "Since you are both determined, we will not say more. Take care," Mo Ling said lightly. With that, he and Du Yun and Man Shan gradually withdrew. Lin Langtian stood atop the massive waves, his eyes filled with a sinister glare as he looked at Lin Dong. "You, a mere branch family member, actually think that gaining a spot makes you equal to me?" As Lin Langtian's sneer faded, he waved his hand. Dozens of massive water columns shot out, wrapped in a dense aura of Yuan power, and slammed toward Lin Dong with great force. Lin Dong looked on with a calm expression as Lin Langtian's attack approached, showing no sign of moving to counter. The water columns, upon entering the Tinjiang radius around him, automatically exploded into a torrential downpour that fell into the pool. Lin Dong was surrounded by what seemed like an invisible barrier, and not a single drop of water touched him. If you want to fight, just do it. Playing these petty tricks, do you really think you can avoid losing face? Lin Dong said calmly, watching the torrential rain. If you want to die, then I'll make it happen. Lin Langtian's eyes flashed with a chilling intensity. His mouth opened, and a beam of light shot out, transforming into a hexagonal black mirror. The mirror's surface turned, and an extremely sharp black light, carrying a unique fluctuation, shot toward Lin Dong. Seeing the black light with its special harm to mental energy coming his way, Lin Dong quickly summoned a black mountain from his palm. The mountain expanded and transformed into a shield-like barrier, blocking the black light completely. Whoosh, whoosh. Lin Langtian's hand seals continuously changed, and the spirit wheel mirror floated above his head, continuously emitting waves of sharp black light toward Lin Dong. While launching attacks with the spirit wheel mirror, Lin Langtian stomped his foot, causing the entire water surface in his area to erupt with countless waves. Streams of light burst through the water and, under the astonished gazes of Mo Ling and the others, converged into a large array. Lin Dong, you have no right to enjoy the energy of the sacred spirit pool. Hand it over to me.